We have a hair transplant repair procedure today. The gentleman had 3 hair transplant before with 3 scars on the back and pluggy hair in front. Typical of the procedures that were done over 20 years ago with plugs and like mini grafts and micrografts, and now we're going to restore them with follicular unit transplants. This is the transplanted hair from before. When we look down here, we see like dull hair pattern. These are the plugged areas. The front of it, we have some empty areas. The gutters are empty. And then he has some scar in the back. We have multiple scar, which is not something that we'd like to see. We'd like to see just one scar. So those scars, we have to remove them with this strip as much as we can. He has his own hair. We're going to redo these lines. We're going to do front, corners, the gutters here on both sides, and a little bit of the crown area. Before we do the shaving, so we know which areas we have to put maximum density. Medication kicking in?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, good. Let me do some little shaving here, and then we're going to get started.
Okay.
We're making sites here, starting with single hairlines, and we're going to go behind it. If you see this geometric pattern here, we see that these are the plugged area. So these are the areas that have been transplanted. Probably he had more hair here and more hair in the other areas that just tried to fill the gaps, and now he ended up losing everything. So we have to fill those. Basically, the hairline is being formed, and then by doing that, we're covering those pluggy areas and the corners and the sides.
Okay.
And then we're going to put hair all the way behind it. So we have made the sides here, the whole entire front, in front of the pluggy area, and we created the hairline, and then we went on the gutter. So we also did the gutters, which were open from the transplanted pluggy hairs in past and on 2 sides. So we did not put hair. So we did not transplant between the pluggy area in the past. If we have more grafts, I'd probably go and fill some of those gaps, but we don't really have to do it. As long as we have good coverage in front and gutters, so those always will be covered, so we don't have to worry about them. But if you can put a few hair here or there, that's not bad.
I didn't know this song was about y'all.
Done with the procedure today. We did sequential strip removal, so we removed pieces of the strip and then we harvest the grafts so the grafts won't sit out for a long time. Let's look at the transplanted area and see what we have. So there it is. So as you see, the whole frontal area is transplanted. The hairline is new. We just recreated the hairline. On the back, the area that you see on top, the areas that it was already transplanted by multiple hair transplant past, they look pluggy, but the fact that we're creating those hairline, natural looking hairline in front of it and somehow between those grafts, it makes it to look perfectly natural at the end, and those plugs won't be visible anymore.